She called 911 on my fence. Not a dog, not a gun, not a fire, my fence. Said it was a danger to the community, a violation of some grand moral code. Like 6 feet of cedar slats could launch a rebellion. And when I looked up from my desk that morning, there she was, clipboard in one hand, a cloth tape measure in the other, standing like some suburban sheriff, ready to serve justice. Her name, Regina Caldwell. Self-proclaimed president of an HOA that didn't exist, and self-declared guardian of neighborhood aesthetics. Let me back up a sec. I bought that lakeside cabin in May, quiet, breezy, perfect spot for writing. After years of city noise and non-stop interruptions, I thought I'd finally found peace. The place had everything wraparound porch, the smell of pine, a view that could calm your soul. Only issue. My office window faced the trail, where tourists passed by daily, and some of them apparently thought staring into someone's house was a fun vacation activity. Try writing a thriller when someone's nose is pressed against your glass every 20 minutes. Yeah, good luck with that. So I did what any sane, permit-holding property owner would do. I hired a licensed contractor and built a 6-foot cedar fence. Looked great, smelled better, and most importantly kept the peeping to a minimum. 3 days of pure, uninterrupted bliss, and then Regina arrived. She stormed up to my porch in what looked like a lawyer's outfit, pencil skirt, blazer, heels way too expensive for gravel roads, and declared, with a voice sharp enough to slice granite, "This fence is in violation of Lakeshore Residential Harmony Standards." Lakeshore. What now? She flashed a document with letterhead that looked like it came from Microsoft Word circa 1999 and told me, dead serious, that if I didn't take it down in 24 hours, she'd be forced to escalate. Escalate what I told her the fence was legal, fully permitted. She didn't care. HOA decisions override county codes, she said, like she was reciting scripture. I asked for bylaws, records, proof this HOA even existed. All I got was attitude and a sewing tape measure. The next morning, right as I'm sipping coffee and trying to kill off a character in my novel, I hear someone outside yelling. She was calling 911, loudly, for dramatic effect. Yes. Operator, he built an illegal barrier. It's a threat to child safety and emergency access. I swear. She said it like she was auditioning for Broadway. Then she turned, scanned the area to make sure everyone was watching, and added, "Children could die. Yeah, because of a fence." About an hour later, a sheriff's deputy pulled into my driveway, Officer Brent McAllister. Stoic, polite, clearly used to HOA drama. I showed him the fence, the permits, the professional install. He nodded, measured, walked the perimeter. Regina hovered like a mosquito, pointing, shouting, trying to make him use her cloth tape. "Ma'am," he said calmly, "this fence is within all legal height and distance regulations. Emergency access is clear. There's no violation here." She was furious. Claimed my fence was 6'2", 2 inches over the limit based on her tape. He didn't even flinch. "Even if that's accurate, ma'am, county law allows up to 6'6". She left in a huff, but not before slapping a fake violation notice on my door demanding $500 and daily penalties until the fence was removed. That's when I knew this wasn't about the fence. Regina was running a full-on scam. I started asking around. Turns out, no HOA had ever been legally formed here. No board, no records, no elections. But Regina. She'd been collecting $150 a month from over a dozen families, for years. That night, my neighbor Paula, sweet lady, retired school teacher, invited me over. She had stories. Oh, did she have stories? She showed me handwritten receipts, deposit slips with Regina's name on them, copies of fake fines. She told us if we didn't pay, we'd be sued and foreclosed on, Paula whispered, like saying it too loud would summon her. The next day, Regina came back with her son, Caleb, dressed in a safety vest, claiming to be a building inspector. Said he was there to perform a secondary compliance check. I kid you not. The boy couldn't have been older than 20 and he was shaking so bad. He dropped his clipboard. He started measuring the fence with his mom's cloth tape, writing nonsense on blank paper, then declared the fence was dangerously high. Right then, the real inspector showed up, Mr. Hernandez from the county. You could feel the tension snap like a rubber band. "Excuse me," he asked Caleb. "Who are you?" And Caleb, bless his heart, mumbled, "I'm the inspector." Crowd had already formed, phones out, people whispering. Then the bomb dropped. Caleb turned and said, "Mom, I want to go home." Boom. Whole crowd gasped. Mom, that was it. The charade crumbled. Regina tried to recover, but it was over. Inspector Hernandez took my folder of evidence, listened to the neighbors one by one, and then turned to her and said, "We'll need to inspect your property now." She went pale, turns out, while she was harassing others. Her property violated just about every building code in the book. Unpermitted deck, improper drainage, illegal extension. And you better believe she didn't have a permit for that. Regina was charged with fraud. Caleb impersonating an inspector. But the best part. That night, we had a block party. I'm not joking. People brought out folding chairs, snacks, even speakers. It turned into a celebration. The kids who'd been scared to ride their bikes, zooming around like it was Christmas morning. Laughter, music. Neighbors who hadn't spoken in years talking again. It was like the cloud had finally lifted. As the sun set over the lake, I looked around and realized this was never about a fence. It was about fear, control. And what happens when good people finally stand up and say, "No more"? Now, every month, we actually meet, no fake HOA needed, just people who care. And Regina, she moved out, quietly. No farewell, no notice. Just gone. Funny how 6 feet of cedar can bring people together and tear a liar's empire apart. So tell me, have you ever dealt with a fake authority like Regina? Someone who abused their power just to feel important? Drop your stories in the comments. I think we all need to hear them. And hey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell. Because trust me, the stories only get crazier from here.